everybody, it's Christina from Card Making Magic. This is the card that I'm going to make today. This is a really pretty romantic card that would suit any occasion, and I'm going to take you step by step through how to get this look. So the dies that I've used in the card are the largest die from Mystical Embrace to cut one of the panels in white. I've used Great Effect and cut another panel. And then from Labels 20, I've used dies number 4 and 5 to create a frame. And I've also cut the frame from craft foam. And then I've used the largest die on its own to cut a panel that's going to sit behind both of those. I'm going to make the card in these colours. I'm going to use white for the base, and I'm going to use the stripes and the spotteds to layer up the card. So with a piece of white, I've folded it in half so that the fold is at the top, and I've cut that down into a 5 by 7 card. I've created a mat that's going to sit on the front, and then with my cut pieces I'm going to add them into the card. So this one will sit along there, and then that one will sit, the patterned one will sit on the top. But before I do that, I'm going to create the frame that I've made for my card. Then with the frame, I'm going to add it to the Great Effect panel. I'm going to glue that in place, and once that glue has set, I'm going to trim around the edges very neatly with some scissors, and I will then have this to add to my card. Then once I've got that, I'm going to glue this in place to the craft foam panel so that it all marries up nice and neatly. So once that's glued in place, I can put some glue around this craft foam frame, and that's going to add that to the dotted panel that I've created, and that will just keep it raised a little bit from the background. So I'm going to add this with some glue and just glue it flat to the base card, leaving just a small border around the edge. And then with foam tape underneath, I'm going to add this piece on the top so that it sits in the centre. Okay, and then this piece can sit along there, and again I'm going to add some foam tape onto the back of this to just make sure it's raised from the card. Just gives a little bit more depth and a bit more interest to your card with all the different layers. So that can sit along there. So that's the base done. We're now going to start adding in some decoration. Now from want to scrap, I've got some bling that actually matches the Labels 20. So I'm going to peel this off the acetate and fasten it around that frame. And then once I've got that in place, I've put some foam pads on the back of a little sentiment, and I'm just going to add that to the top. Now this little set of dies is called Architectural Accents, and it really is very useful for decorating your cards. So what I've done is I've cut the pieces out several times and I've glued them together so that they make really stiff accents to add to your cards. So I'm going to use some of these on my card, and I've cut out a lot of different leaves and other swirly bits from different dies that I've got, and I'm going to start adding these in around the card. So the first thing I need to do is just have a dry run and see where I like them and if I'm going to add them into that particular position. So I've got some really pretty flowers, and I'm using 2 shades of lilac and nice pale yellow. And we'll put some more in this position along there. then I'll start tucking in some leaves. So I'll go away and glue these in place. I'm going to use a hot glue gun, and I'll come back to you when I've got these fastened in place. Now for these flowers we're going to do something a little bit different this time. So I'm taking some white gesso, and all I'm doing is just painting it onto the petals. Not a lot, just a little bit, all around the petals. And this is just going to add a different effect to the flowers. And then once I've done that, I'm going to add in some glue. And then I'm going to sprinkle it with glitter like I normally do. So we'll just pop that over there. And now we'll add in the glue. And this glue will dry flat and it will dry clear. And then I can just sprinkle it with some glitter. And then we can top off the excess, and we can just pop that on one side and leave that to dry. So there you have the finished card, which is lined inside. That's suitable for any occasion, and I think that's really pretty. So if you like what you've seen, please give it the thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you never miss a video in the future. I'll add all the links to the supplies on my blog, which is Flowers, Ribbons and Pearls, and thank you for watching. I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.